give a little perspective, I'm here with Ryan Black. Tell me, how was this experience?
Oh, it was a great experience for me. There was a lot of elite horses in the ring tonight, and I thought they all did a really good job.
And looking at the winner, how do you decide?
Oh, it was a very tough decision, but High Point had a tremendous drive. Great quality from the wheel to the swing to the lead, and they had a really good drive.
And you're from Canada, correct?
Yes.
So why come all the way down to Madison, Wisconsin?
Good question. Actually, I was invited to judge here, and it's been a great privilege, and I know the other two judges would say the same, and a lot of great people here and a great crowd and great atmosphere to be a part of.
I quite agree. I do have one more question for you, though. What is the best part about the Super Bowl?
Since I'm Canadian, that's even tougher. I know one thing, it'd be the Budweiser commercial.
That's right. Let's take a look.
Daisy! Daisy! Come on, Daisy. Say goodbye to Loverboy. Bye-bye, Romeo.
I just love those commercials. Aren't they the best? But what's even better is that we have the world famous Budweiser Clydesdales coming in right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together, clap along with the music, because you are now in for a treat as we are going to be welcoming 8 ton of Clydesdale power into the arena. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Budweiser Clydesdales in all their glory. From Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri, we are welcoming the world-renowned Budweiser Clydesdales into the arena. Today we are welcoming Mr. Rudy Helmuth doing the driving. He is assisted on the seat by Manny Raber and that beautiful Dalmatian dog known as Bud. You're awful quiet, Wisconsin. You will see our drivers turning this 8-horse hitch into the figure eights, cutting the figure eight across the arena. They make it look effortlessly with this 3.5-ton wagon being pulled by the 8 Clydesdale geldings. All the geldings perfectly marked, anywhere from 4 to 9 years of age, weighing in at 1 ton or 2,000 pounds of true horsepower. Dressed in the traditional green clothing, our drivers maneuvering our 8-ton of horsepower around the arena. They truly are the pride of St. Louis, Missouri, today under the direction of Mr. Rudy Helmuth. Well, now, ladies and gentlemen, our driver is going to find his spot on the loading dock. We are going to simulate the days of old when the drivers would make the deliveries into the docks of the urban way. They would find their spot on the dock, and then they would have to take these multiple hitches and turn them out of the way. You're going to see our driver with the vocal commands turning this hitch 90 degrees, finding his spot to unload the wares of his wagon. As Bud the dog takes his place at the back, listen carefully as Rudy turns this hitch 90 degrees. Well, how was that, ladies and gentlemen? Barely moving that wagon. Our drivers were then ready to unload their wares. But just like we have traffic congestion now, in those days when the streets were narrow and lots of traffic on the streets, our drivers would oftentimes have to move their hitch out of the way of oncoming traffic. So, Rudy, let's see if you can make it 90 degrees back the opposite way. Well, ladies and gentlemen, 180 degrees, swinging that team both ways. You truly are seeing a piece of bygone history being brought back into life. And these drivers work hand in hand, day in and day out with the Clydesdales. They are on display for you to come up and get personal pictures with them, to see them up close and personals. But ladies and gentlemen, as they make their way around, cheer on the Budweiser Clydesdales. That dog, the Dalmatian dog, known as Bud, is the official mascot of the Budweiser Clydesdales. This dog goes everywhere the hitch goes, taking in over 30,000 miles a year as they travel around the country promoting Anheuser-Busch. Ladies and gentlemen, as I said, it is a piece of bygone history being brought back to life. In our arena now, our 8-horse hitch proudly brought to us by Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri. Mr. Rudy Helmuth and Manny Raber on the seat. As they pass by you, ladies and gentlemen, show a respect for the icons of the Clydesdale world. And as the gates go open, ladies and gentlemen, your final look at the iconic Budweiser Clydesdales in all their glory, just as your grandparents remember them. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, for the Budweiser Clydesdales. Well, Amanda, was that exciting or was that exciting?
Well, that certainly was a career highlight for me, being able to introduce the world famous Budweiser Clydesdales. But you know, the Clydesdales do a lot more than just pull beer. Class up next is all about barrel racing. I am a barrel racer, but this kind of is the icing on the cake. These horses can and do barrel race. They're super agile, very talented, and you're in for a really awesome treat. Lisa, I hear you have a special guest up there with you. What do you have to say?
Well, I do. I have Marilyn, our judge, with us. She is going to be seeing our championship run, but I also have my very good friend Pam Minnick with me. And Pam is the host of Gentle Giants on RFD TV. She does a great job bringing the draft horses into the center spotlight week in and week out on RFD's Gentle Giants. And Pam, she is one of the true cowgirls of the world. She has been to more rodeos and more events in the equestrian world than any of us could ever count on. She truly is an icon. She is a former state champion in barrel racing. And Pam, give us an idea what we're going to see with the Clydesdales tonight.
Well, Clydesdales obviously have a little different challenge than what you normally see in barrel racing, and that is a quarter horse that's small and compact and can really turn close to the barrels. And the other thing that makes Clydesdales unique for this event is the fact that they, for years, for decades, they've pulled with their chest. They've moved forward with all that weight forward. And in barrel racing, you really want to have a horse that kind of gets their back end up underneath them. So the ladies and gentlemen that are in the barrel racing, especially in tonight's finals, have really done some extreme work at home to get their horses supple and flexible and get them to be able to turn tight around the barrels. And we're looking for speed between the barrels. Now, speed may be defined a little bit differently here at the Clydesdale World Show, but all in all, we're looking for the fastest time to win. A barrel knocked over is a 5-second penalty, and this is timed with an electric eye.
All right, so you're saying we're not probably going to set any NFR records tonight?
Maybe no NFR records, but how about World's Clydesdale records? Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, I believe our first runner tonight is going to be entry 735, Twyla Newton. Twyla came all the way from Saskatchewan, Canada to run barrels and be a part of our competition. So the arena is yours. Ladies and gentlemen, I always encourage you to cheer them on because these horses will respond to you. And when our riders come in, as Pam and I said, you're not going to see the speeds that you see on the rodeo on television. But when you think about the power that our Clydesdales possess, they are going to be going for the gold. So if we could send entry number 1 into the arena. She's in it to win it. Twyla, take it home for Canada. Barrel number 1 is a success. She's taken it to number 2. She is picking up the speed. Take it down to barrel number 3, Twyla. Number 3 is in your sight. Turn and burn, my friend, all the way back to the starting gate. Well, Twyla, your time, 24.45.
The great thing about this event is if you just have one Clydesdale at home and you don't have a cart or you don't have a wagon, just set up some barrels and you too can make it to the next World Show in the barrel race.
Absolutely. Next will be number 420. That is the entry of Dan Jones. Mary doing the riding. Mary's on a smaller horse. This horse could be real fast. Here she goes, Mary. You're making me dizzy. And she's heading to barrel number 1. She's getting close. Oh, little penalty there.
I might mention that they can go to either barrel first. If they go to the right barrel first, they make 1 right and 2 lefts. If they go to the left barrel first, like she did, she'll make 1 left and 2 rights. And here's the home stretch.
Well, we did have to add some time on there. A 5-second addition. It was 27-12 plus 5. Plus 5. And Pam, I think if they can catch that barrel with their foot or their hand, it's still a straight barrel.
Yes, you're not penalized from taking a hold of the barrel and setting it back up.
All right, number 282, Kim Nader's entry will be next.
I might mention that this is Katie Kaufman's favorite event.
Absolutely. Barrel number 1, a little wide, but we have cleared the barrel. Oh, I'm sorry. This is number 554, Brianna Hoyt. She is now going down to barrel number 3. And bring it home, Brianna. Bring it on home, girl. A time of 29.14. Now, again, Pam, that wasn't our fastest time, but she seemed to have a lot of style in the way she rode.
You know, you want to see a horse that makes an arc around the barrel. If they keep that momentum and if they're supple in their ribs, so that's the things that they work on at home is to get that horse to flex in the front end. If they're supple around that barrel, they'll pick up some valuable seconds.
Do you foresee that we can maybe talk the guys at the NFR into getting some Clydesdales in there?
Not sure.
All right, number 847, Andrew Merrill's entry. All right, 2 barrels are cleared. A little wide there, a little wide load. She's taken it to the 3rd barrel. And she's ready to bring it home. Bring it on home. $28.77. I'm still going to say the Canadians are taking home the gold so far.
That 24.45 is still in the lead, but there's still a few more to go. And we want to make sure that we encourage those riders to go all the way through that electric eye because those are valuable seconds as well if they pull up short of that finish line. So just like in a horse race, you want to make sure that they cross that finish line before you start pulling up.
All right, Cindy Malik riding for Fogle Pleasure. Number 1051 is next. She's in it to win it. Look at this young lady. Up a little wide, but a clear barrel. A little wide, but making that one. Down to the 3rd barrel. Spin and win, my friend, as she makes her way around. A little wide, but bring it home. A time of 30.5. Well, Pam, I always wondered this because we've done a lot of shows together. We did the American down in Texas, and some of those girls, they're going so fast when they hit the gate to stop. Has there ever been anyone that didn't get stopped in time and kind of has a little smash and crash?
Well, a lot of rodeos don't even have a gate. They actually let you run up the alley. So it is a challenge to those girls to get the horses stopped. And yeah, there's been more than one wreck.
Here we go in the arena now. Double D Clydes dancing around barrel number 2. She made it. She persevered. All right, in our English saddle, going for the gold. 29.79 her time.
Imagine how fast she'd have been if she wouldn't have had that refusal at that barrel and tried to go on the wrong side. She was going for it. She ran in the arena and out the gate.
I'm guessing, not that I would do this, but getting a head start is the key. Crossing as fast as you can. Next in is number 196, my buddy Leah Pop's entry.
Leah's got a little style there. Did you see how she had that horse set up for that turn? But now she's got to set him up for the other turn. You want to cue them before they get to the turn. Look how supple he is in his neck. He's really arching that neck right there. Leads his nose around the barrel. Yeah.
$28.2, a good run. Only one barrel down so far with a 2-ton horse, or a 1-ton horse, 2,000 pounds looking at a barrel. We're pretty good to just have one barrel down.
You have to get close to him, Lisa.
All right, here we go. She looks like she's in it to win it. Contestant 357, Samantha Hill. Heading down to barrel number 2. All right, Samantha heading down to our final turn and burn. Girl, you are now in the home stretch. Bring her home, ladies and gentlemen. $25.5. Is that sweet young girl that sang our national anthem? I didn't know she was such a rogue cowgirl.
She was going for it. Now this looks serious.
All right. 405 Hollow Hill Farm. Smile on her face, hot pink lines in her hands. She is in it to win it. Barrel number 1 cleared. This horse has good action as it makes its way around. Going down to barrel number 3. Bring her home, ladies and gentlemen. Cheer her on. $26.78. Good run. Now, Pam, that horse looked like it had a lot of power in the front.
It did, but the horse was very supple too, and she was able to get him around the turns very easily, and she didn't quit before that finish line.
Number 747, this is Twyla Newton's second entry. Go, girl. Tavia, representing Canada. We add a little dressage into our barrel racing.
All right, heading home. $28.43, and don't you know these horses are having as much fun as we are?
I think we're having a ball. I almost think it would be fun to get out there and try this, but we're going to let the experts do it. We're seeing if we have any more. Oh, there's our next rider. All right, this rider looks pretty serious. Here we go, Pam. She is in it to win it. Whoops, a little wide. Down to the second barrel.
This just shows the docility and the versatility and the willingness to please their rider, and that's what everybody here at the Clydesdale World Show says.
$28.78. You are in it, young lady. So far, that gold is still going to Canada. Twyla is holding the arena record right now. Number 282, Kim Nader's entry now.
She says go. Good first barrel. All right. Get him lined out. Tight on the second. All right. He thinks he's in the Kentucky Derby. Keep going, keep going, keep going.
Whoa.
25.16. Good enough for second place right now.
And that rider kicked a little dirt up here on our announcer's booth. We were kicking it up here. I believe we have one more entry. I'm sorry, two more entries.
Are you guys having fun watching this? Yeah. Who's going to go out and try it next? Okay, I've got a few hands up there. You know what else you see in this class, in some of the dressage classes? You'll see Clydesdales that have got tails. They're not using them for hitch horses. So you see a lot of different things in this class, and it just, again, it shows the willingness of these Clydesdales to do anything you want them to do.